It is only in Nigeria that you find out that yesterday's opponents suddenly they are now allies. And majority of these things they normally happen either a few weeks before election or the moment after election, or that individual notice that law enforcement is after those individuals. The moment you think they are now what ally, especially with the ruling party, is common. That is why you see in Nigeria, you can hardly say there's an opposition. And when I mean opposition, strong opposition in Nigerian politics. Now, you notice on August 15, 2026, Ademola Adeleke won his re-election as the governor of Osun State. And immediately after that election, he started visits, political visits, conversations with who? Now, but before breaking down this analysis, please, if this is the first time coming across my platform, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Now, and also before breaking more about what happened about this analysis, you need to understand or know a little bit about what Ademola Adeleke. He was born in 13th May 1960. He's currently 66 years old. He's just celebrated his victory as his re-election as the governor of Osun State. He's from Adeleke's family. You know that Adeleke, they're very rich from Ede. His senior brother, Adeleke, who is Davido's father. So making Davido his nephew. That's why you see, he's always with Davido, so on and so forth. Davido even campaigned, so much for him during both his first tenure and his second tenure. And Ademola Adeleke is not just a governor. He was once a senator also. You see now, on Thursday, 20th of August, 2026, Adeleke traveled to Abuja. Ademola Adeleke traveled to Abuja. Not just alone, but with Davido. He met with Bola Tinubu, which you can see on my screen right now. He met with President Bola Tinubu. And also met with somebody that got people talking as in, you see, his visit with Bola Tinubu, people like, they can say, okay, let's take him say, yes, he just want to visit the president until he gets to another individual. Now, that one even sure people die. He met with also visited Nyesom Wike. Not that he visited Nyesom Wike alone. Davido also rushed to Nyesom Wike's house. But before that meeting, Nyesom Wike made a statement that this one he said that if the administration, if Bola Tinubu wanted to win the election at all cost, that him, Nyesom Wike, would have been in Osun State and the ruling party would have won Osun State. That is what Nyesom Wike said. That is a statement that comes from, you see, and Nyesom Wike, mind you, Nyesom Wike is not in APC. Nyesom Wike is in PDP. Why the ruling party, Bola Tinubu, is in PDP. And the person that won Osun State election is in what? In Accord party. You can see 3 political parties under one party. 2 other political parties under one. Because right now, Nyesom Wike is in PDP, is under APC. Accord right now is in Accord. Ademola Adeleke is in Accord, but automatically right now in APC. Because you see, why are they hammer this thing? Because in the moment after the election result, I dropped a video. I said from the beginning of this video, I said that, look, people are celebrating this victory because people, both political commentators in different television channels in Nigeria were saying that, yes, this Osun re-election, this Adeleke's re-election have proven that, yes, democracy is restored, that Nigeria electoral integrity is restored. I said, no, do not judge with this election. That's what I said. Why did I say so? Because I saw a lot of things that made me to say so. That should be a month or more before the election, Ademola Adeleke endorsed President Bola Tinubu. And within those periods also, you see this controversy between President Bola Tinubu with Catholic Bishop Association of Nigeria, with Bishop Onayinka, where they are arguing that, look, people keep on calling out the ruling party that they are turning Nigeria, Bola Tinubu in particular, is turning Nigeria into one-party state. With all the both the economic situation of Nigeria, all those controversies. Not get it. So with all this, after checking out this and saying no, that the administration, they will not go to win, will not delay, free and fair. APC will not win. But we know how they do it in Nigeria. But you see, no matter how much they want victory, Bola Tinubu, the endorsement from Adeleke is enough for him. In fact, it's better that Adeleke that will deliver Osun State to Bola Tinubu with than APC governor that will not even deliver the state. to Bola Tinubu, because Bola Tinubu, they find out that, look, the people of Osun State, they love Adeleke, they like the man so much. So why upset the people? Why don't allow Adeleke to win? Then in return, Adeleke delivers the state for Bola Tinubu. After breaking down this analysis, after putting all these things in order, I dropped that video. But people were like, even some of the people say, you are being negative. How can you say this? Can't you see what happened in Osun State? Even because one of the reasons that, we're pushing people is the way Adeleke, they were boasting after the election, especially Davido, because this is a statement. This is what Davido said. Okay, where is the video? Okay, this is Davido's interview after the election. This is what he said. You see, this is Davido. And even with some of the tweets that Davido was throwing, this is what he said.
I just confirmed today.
Okay.
They spent 110 billion naira.
Wow.
I don't know where I'm coming from. I'm coming from somewhere where we had an insider that was sending us, if you see the cash that these people brought in. Hey, if they had gotten away with that election, Nigeria is finished. Because
you notice this statement where the video made. Now this made people believe, say, yeah, this is a blueprint. Yes, this is a symbol that this one shows, say, yes, the electoral integrity is back. The same person will make this statement, him and his uncle rushed to Abuja. They not only meet the president of Nigeria, they rushed and met with Nyesom Wike. That even he said at the meeting with Bola Tinubu, people understand and say, okay, let's take it that the president of Nigeria. But why Nyesom Wike? And after that, you see, during the meeting, President Bola Tinubu gave Ademola Adeleke a shocking warning. You see, he gave him a serious warning, because people thought the statement from Bola Tinubu, there is an advice. But that wasn't an advice, but instead a warning, a serious warning to Adeleke. Now, here is the video. Here's the video.
Peace for all. Amen. And a united, well-endowed state of Osun. You did not conquer anybody. You won election. That is the essence of democracy. Don't make a single individual a victim of your campaign. Call for the reconciliation. Expand your coast. That is the only way you can give thanks to Osun people. Not the way you sang it or celebrate it. It's the way you act it.
I'm here, Mr. President, the father of the nation, because he fought for this democracy. That is why he allowed free and fair election. And that is the result. That is why I'm here to say.
So now you can see the statement from Governor Adeleke. You notice what he said, that he came to thank His Excellency for allowing free and fair election. But there's what President Bola Tinubu said. He told Tinubu told Adeleke that you did not conquer anybody. You just won an election. You know what they tell us? Mr. Man, stop jumping up and down. Stop jumping as if you have done something massive. That is not an advice. That is a serious warning. You also ask him to meet with the opposition, to make sure they work hand to hand. You know why? Because that is the only way Tinubu can win Osun State. So this wasn't an advice. And if that is not enough, you now get to the meeting between Davido and the F-16 minister, Nyesom Wike. That even got worse. Now, see this video.
I won. You can't say that. No. I won. I beat you guys. No, you don't. You beat them. I beat you guys. No, you beat them.
Now, what did Nyesom Wike say? He said he won. Nyesom Wike said, no, you did not win. He say, I won. Say, no, you beat us. He ain't tell and openly say, no, beat them. Remember 1 year some Wike said earlier that if the
I won. I
administration,
beat you guys. You beat us. I beat you guys. No, you beat us.
that if they had wanted to win the election in all costs, it would have been done. Which means they just decided not to what? To let things be. Now you begin to understand. Now, breaking this down more and more for you to understand
My dear people of Osun State,
what actually
this is to
was
sincerely thank you.
Okay. You see, for you to understand exactly what happened. Now, I say in Nigeria,